Good morning, Ms. Jones.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm a little nervous.
Hi.
I don't know.
Need to be nervous. Look, you know, Josh is asking me to give you a PR bond, but I want to give you a PR bond, but I don't want to put you out on the street. You have a place to go to.
Yes, sir.
Where?
Springs, Texas. Springs, Texas,
She gave me an address, Judge, in Spring, Texas.
with my boyfriend. With my boyfriend.
Sure.
Yes, sir. I got the number. You want the number too?
He's been reaching out to me, so they're.
Oh, you have to?
Right,
No,
right,
no, no,
yes.
no. Great. As long as I know that you have a place to go to, I'm okay.
And I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And I was checking myself into a rehab when I got out.
That's the only other thing I want you to do. Stay clean and sober. Because I don't want to lose contact with you because I'm going to tell you, I will give you a PR bond one time.
Yes, sir.
Fail us, I'm not going to give you another one. I want to trust you. I want to know that you're not going to be a danger to society, to the public. As you can do that, we're fine.
Thank you, sir.
Josh is going to give you his cell phone so you can always get a hold of him if there's ever a problem. If Josh tells me he can't get a hold of you, I'm going to take the PR bond away. No more. Or if you pick up a new case,
I'm done. I'm done with the cases. I'm done coming to jail. I'm done.
what's the drug of choice?
PCP, crack cocaine. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're not getting any younger.
I'm 38.
38. At some point, all this is going to go haywire if you continue with the PCP. Don't. All right. Okay, so we need to assign conditions: no drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. The ag assault that you just had dismissed, was it the same complaining witness as this one?
Totally separate.
Okay, good. No contact with that complaining witness. All right, Ms. Jones, best of luck. Go get in a rehab.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thanks, Judge.
You ready? Yes. Okay. What was the client's name again?
It was Jones. The first name was,
Oh, it's not on docket, right?
no, Dr.
Right.
Do you want the cause number?
Yeah, please.
Cause number on this one, Judge? 229966801010.
Ms. Jones, come up.
Just fine. Stand up here. Speak loud enough so Judge can hear you, okay?
All right. So good morning, Ms. Jones. You know, I'm going to tell you that you are very lucky today, not only because of the deal that you're getting, but that you really have a lawyer that's willing to come down from up there, come down here, work on your case for free, no less,
I know.
to help you work this thing out. Not many people do that, you know, so count your lucky,
I have.
right?
Yes, sir.
The other thing is that, you know, all the cases that you have here, because of one reason and one reason only. No self-control. You get upset, you wig out, do whatever you want without thinking of consequence. You can't do that. What's happening is they're going to dismiss this felony case. And I'm going to tell you that if this happens again to you, they're not going to do this kind of deal for you again. You understand? You don't continue to get bites of the apple where they're going to dismiss felonies in exchange for a plea on the misdemeanor.
Mhm.
Now, on this case, you're a terroristic threat. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You're worked out an agreement that they're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for 2. You need to understand that this charge is going to go on your record. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. You also need to understand if you continue with the same course of conduct, it's very possible they hit you with another felony charge. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. You can never take this off. Is this what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Now, as far as the plea bargain is concerned, you plead on this, they're going to dismiss the felony case. That's how you understand it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how do you plead to the misdemeanor?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement, sentence you to it, and good luck to you.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
Judge.
so much, sir. Good job. I'm Cece. Yeah.
Oh, negative?
Is Stephen flying solo today?
Yes.
Roberto Duarte?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Duarte, you're charged with terroristic threat of a family or a household member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Officers were dispatched to a residence in Harris County, Texas, in response to a family disturbance. The complainant told officers that her and the defendant, her spouse, began arguing after she followed another man on Instagram. The complainant stated she felt scared and tried to call her mom, but the defendant took her phone and refused to return it while stating that he was going to beat her ass. The defendant repeatedly told the complainant this, and the complainant believed the defendant would actually assault her. The complainant's mother was on the phone during the altercation and heard the defendant's threats. The defendant admitted to officers that he threatened the complainant.
Mr. Duarte, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you, sir?
20.
What do you do for a living?
Construction. My wife.
So this is Neve and Garcia. Is that your wife?
Yes, sir.
Are y'all actually married or just living together or common law?
Actually married.
Okay. Do we know whether she wants to have contact with him?
Yes, Your Honor, RIP was completed and she says that she would like to have contact with him.
Okay. Mr. Duarte, I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any threatening or harassing contact with this person. Understand what is threatening or harassing doesn't matter what you think. It is what she perceives. So if you go like this, it is most certainly threatening and harassing. And I'm going to tell you now, I will do everything in my power to protect every person of Harris County. If I have to put you in jail, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You got out of jail because we gave you a free bond. You're not going to get another one. You pick up a new case, violate conditions, I will revoke your PR bond, set it at 5 to 10,000. If you don't have anyone to pony up that kind of money, you'll be sucked like Chuck. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, how much money do you make a month?
Like 2,400.
Okay, and who else do you live with besides your wife?
We just had a son, a newborn.
Does she work as well?
Or she used to work, and we should go have, but now.
Because the baby, she's not working?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Apply for an appointed lawyer?
For what?
Court-appointed lawyer, do you want to apply for one?
Sure.
The other option is you can go hire one. So you tell me, what do you want to do? You need a lawyer. You're facing a year in jail, a lot of time. So
Yes, sir.
you want to apply for one? All right. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to, we're going to give you an application for an appointed lawyer. I'm going to have you sign a receipt with Victoria, and then I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions that you're not to have threatening, harassing contact. You also need to understand that there is a protective order that has been issued in this case. I'm going to give you a copy of this. One of the things is you cannot threaten or harass. Don't do it. If you are someone that constantly fights with this person, be very careful, because the next thing you threaten her, they can file additional charges against you, violation of the protective order, and then it really will go sideways. Do you understand? Can you file no threatening, harassing, no weapons, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'll have you come up. We'll give you the application. I'll have you sign the receipt, and then I'll have you take a seat in the jury box, please.
Hodges, Clayton, page 19.
Mr. Garza, do you have a lawyer today?
So,
What are you doing about that?
sorry,
What are you doing about that?
I'm trying to just see what I could do to proceed. I mean,
You need a
lot of time
lawyer.
waiting.
You're facing a lot of time in jail.
can I get one appointed?
What do you do for a living?
I'm a lift technician, automotive lift technician.
Okay, how much money do you make a month?
1,000.
You don't qualify for a lawyer. You make too much money. You have to be at the poverty guideline to qualify for a lawyer. Who do you live with?
Solo.
Are you married?
Why is there a lifetime? I mean, there's just a small amount of marijuana. I mean, I don't understand why it's a lifetime in jail.
Mr. Garza, it's against the law. You don't live in California. You don't live in Arizona. You don't live in Las Vegas where it may be legal. This is Texas. And in Texas, unless, limited exceptions, by and large, it's against the law. You just can't. You don't like it, there are other states. But here, in today's and age, with the legislature that we have, marijuana is illegal. If you don't like it, go get a hold of your congressman, go get a hold of your state senator and change the law. That's the way to go about doing it. But sitting here and complaining with us, this is not the right forum. You're facing a lot of time and you need a lawyer to represent you. Have you done any research as to looking into any lawyers?
I have been talking to a lawyer, but I just didn't know how far it would be. So is it possible to have like an extra few days?
Facing 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. So it's quite a bit of time.
Yes, sir. I have a little bit more time so I can get a lawyer. Okay.
How many lawyers have you spoken to?
Well, I've only spoken to a few, but nobody's taking anybody right now. So they're all busy. So I
You
keep
haven't
calling.
spoken to enough. There's a gajillion and one lawyers in Harris County. It's like going to buy a car. You go to the right dealership to what you can afford. You don't go to a Bugatti, you don't go to a Porsche, you don't go to a Ferrari dealership when you're starting out. Go to, Honda, Toyota, whatever it may be. And like when you're buying a car, you haggle with them, like with the same thing with a lawyer. You haggle with the lawyer. 99% of them will put you on a payment plan where you pay a couple $100s a month and they'll represent you. But that's how it goes. Unless you meet the poverty guidelines, that is when we appoint lawyers.
Okay.
How old are you?
32.
Okay. Who are you married? Do you have kids?
I do, but they're with their baby mother.
Do you pay child support? How much?
They're on the side. We don't go through the court system. I just pay her out.
Okay, well, all right. So what we'll do is we'll give you more time. I'll have you sign a receipt. We'll give you 30 days. If you need to call 30, call 30. That's what it takes.
All right, sir.
Malik Swearingen. Judge, I believe, is incompetent. He's picked up on these old warrants from 2002 and 2001. The situation where they were mental health crises that they came out. He was in custody of his father and grandmother at the time, and they were working to try to put him in CPS custody. Now that he's adult, his mother and a family friend that he works for is here. Allison Matthews was on this case before. She texted me over the weekend once he got picked up, asking me if I could take over. I don't believe he's competent. Mother is concerned because he's in general population. He's been with her and he works for that gentleman back there. If we could get him out on a PR bond and not have him in custody to do the competency exam. And we do release instructions where he's picked up by her tomorrow at another time.
If I bring him out, can we talk to him or no?
You can talk to him, but he's going to be talking about things that are not relevant.
Okay. How old is he, Lori?
He's 20. He'll be 21 December 1st.
What's he been doing with his life?
What he's been doing since I just, he just started living
Is
with
it,
me
is it recent? Has it always been like this? Was there a catastrophic event that,
from his father and his grandmother. Yes, yes, sir.
what happened?
I'm not his
Has he
father,
already always had mental health issues is what?
not until his father gave him some drugs, like some,
Father gave him drugs?
yes, it was embalming fluid, yes, and it messed him up, like,
Did he give him?
so,
Embalming fluid.
Is that,
PCP.
right, will you dip a cigarette and then smoke?
Mhm.
Yeah, he used to play sports, he used to play football, and just,
That's so sad. Where's dad now?
in prison.
Good.
Yeah.
At least now we know that son's protected, although problem is he did the damage while he was out.
Yeah.
How long is he gonna be in?
He's supposed to be getting out sometime, I guess, I don't even know, sometime this year I know of.
Because, I mean, if I let him out, I have serious concerns about him having contact with dad. I don't want him to have
No, I don't, he
contact.
don't want to have contact with his father. I mean, I don't talk about it on his father, but he knows what his father did, like, you know. He stays with me now,
Where was he before?
with his dad and his grandmother. They always wanted to put him in a psych ward.
Should we have, should we have him evaluated by Dr. Duarte to see what the proper, Lori, should we have him evaluated by doctor to see what the proper care is?
I am getting him evaluated for competency. That's what the plan is to do. The mother has a concern of him waiting in jail to do that. And they don't have the money to afford the $15,000 bonds. And so they asked me to ask to see if they could get them reduced.
Problem is that you have to understand, you let him out, he doesn't show up to court. He just doesn't.
Yes, sir. Now that I'm informed of it, he will be in court. He will go and take his mental evaluations, his whatever is he has to do. I'll make sure he gets it done.
Good morning, Mr. Swearingen.
Good morning.
How's jail?
It's jumpy.
Yeah, it's not a fun place, right? Your mom wants me to let you out, but when I let you out, you never come back. The problem I have is that I would love to let you out, but I know if I let you out, I'm not going to see you again until we arrest you. And that's a problem.
Sir, have a seat. Have a seat, please.
What do you want to do with your life, Mr. Swearingen? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do in life? Do you want to do anything? Talk to me. It's okay. I want to help you. I don't want to keep you in jail. I want to let you out. But I have to know that I can trust you and that you're not going to be a danger to anyone. Can you help us with that? If he's housed in general pop now, is it possible to move him to a different location?
They make the assessment, I believe, in the jail. I can make a request to our social services.
I can do a court order and we can do whatever we
Yeah, but
want. If
you do the court order, you could probably ask for it to be placed in the MSU housing. The only thing is, before they do that, he'll have to be reevaluated by the doctors there in the jail. Then, at that point, if they find that it's viable, then they will put him there. Matter of fact, let me see.
I mean, Lori, we can kill two birds with one stone here.
Yeah, he's on the 5th floor. He's not on that floor. He would have to be on the second floor.
Is that the MHMRA floor?
Yeah, that's half of that floor is for that.
I don't know. What do you think? Problem is that this has happened already 4 or 5 times now, where we've let him out and he doesn't show up. What
Well, the last time he was let out, I couldn't find him for 47 days because I was calling the jail and the jail told me that he was incarcerated and he had a court date, but the whole time he wasn't even here. He was sitting on the bench for like 3 days waiting on me to pick him up. He didn't have no phone number. He couldn't find his way home. So
I'm happy that you're here though. It helps a lot because, I mean, if you weren't here, you being here shows me that you care and I want to help you and I want to work with you, right?
I mean, whatever stipulation, whatever I have to do to make sure he's home and like I'll get everything in my medication, whatever. I just worry about him being in here.
If I let him out, is he going to listen to you? That's one of my main concerns. Yeah, I can let him out, but is he going to listen to you? If I let you out, are you going to listen to mom?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What happens if you don't listen to mom?
No court.
Back to jail. I'm not going to play this game with you again, Mrs. Swearingen. If I let you out, the only reason is for you to stay with mom. You live with mom and you say yes to her rules. It doesn't matter if it makes you mad. You listen to mom, because if you don't, I will put you back in jail and I'm not going to do this again. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm not asking for much. All I want you to do is just behave. Be nice. It's not hard. If you get upset, find another release. Don't beat someone up. Don't threaten. Go outside and run. Go play basketball. Beat up a tree, but not a person. And be nice to them. Lori, I'd like to have him tested and I want to give him a curfew because I don't want him out in the middle of the night.
Okay.
What do you think about a monitor? Yay or nay? Would need more.
Mom says fine. An electronic monitor.
So that we know where he is.
Yes, sir.
He will get it prior to release so that we know it gets on. He's gonna have a curfew of 9 or 10, whatever you think is appropriate. He must attend all doctor's appointments and take any prescribed medication from a doctor, and he's got to stay with you and no weapons. And the only reason is because you're here. And I'll tell you now, I'm not going to do this again. I will not do this again. If you leave, if you start using alcohol or drugs, you do something you're not supposed to, I will put you back in jail, and I'm not going to do this again. Do you understand, Mr. Swearingen? Okay. Look, life is not hard. Okay, just a couple basic rules. And if you can follow them, everyone's happy, including us.
Yes, sir.
If you ever have any issues, Lori can always help you out and she can get a hold of me and anything can happen. We can make anything happen. All right.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
You seem like you're doing great. You're doing great. Just keep it up. Are you taking any medication now?
I take medicine for pain.
Good. Keep taking it. It's working. Don't stop. That's something else that I want you to do. I want you to keep taking the medication, okay? Okay, Mom. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right. You got it.
He gave what looked like one final chance. After seeing Miss Jones back in court so many times, he's clearly had enough. A PR bond means freedom without paying bail, but with no more chances. So what do you think? Can this kind of trust actually work? Or is it just setting the system up to fail in that plea deal? She's pleading guilty to a lesser charge, so the more serious one gets dropped. A common move, yes, but the judge made it clear. This kind of leniency won't come twice, but the real punch? You could feel the fear in the mother's voice. Even the judge looked affected. This isn't just about Lutz, about mental health, broken families, and a justice system under pressure. Now ask yourself, if you were the judge. Thanks for watching. This is Final Word Court. Don't forget to subscribe for more real courtroom stories. And tell us what you think in the comments. We're waiting to hear from you.